Sarah Posner with Religion Dispatches. Do you think there's been a robust enough pushback or debunking of a lot of the propaganda that perhaps has laid some of the groundwork for this reaction that we're seeing now? I'm thinking of movies like Obsession or Relentless or The Third Jihad, which a lot of Americans have seen and take as truth and might make them more receptive to these messages that they're hearing now. I mean, do you think there's been enough pushback against that and truth-telling about what Islam is really about?
So this is a great question about the response of the Muslim community or others or educators to the distortions about Islam. The reality is that there are very well-funded initiatives to spread misinformation about Islam. It's on the internet. There are these movies. They take a lot of resources, and there are people who are funding these initiatives and these projects. I'll tell you, for the Muslim community, we are finding ourselves so stretched. We are a young community. We're still at the mosque building stage, or trying to build mosques, as you can see, in many communities. Much less, you know, what about schools? What about outreach? To be able to make movies, you know, feature-length movies about Islam or documentary, to have hundreds or dozens of people on the internet making sure that in a Google search something accurate comes up about Islam. You know, we don't have the resources. We've been so focused also on trying to counter extremist messages. We've been asked, if you remember, the last few years there's been a lot of questioning of the American Muslim community. What are you doing about extremist messages on the internet? What about these people who are trying to lure American Muslims into extremist or militant ideology? You know, this isn't our area of expertise. We're trying to figure out how to even, you know, organize our web pages so that something good comes up when someone goes on and Googles Islam or jihad or something like this. So we're really stretched, and we haven't been able to offer a robust enough response because we don't have the resources. But it really shouldn't be only our responsibility. I mean, when there are so many so-called experts about Islam on, I have to really select television here as the, you know, main place, but these are people who have no expertise, no academic credentials, no true institutional representation. You know, if you go to the American Academy of Religion Study of Islam section or the Middle East Studies Association, there are hundreds of professors in the United States who are experts on the Middle East, on Islam, on Muslims. They are completely neglected. Maybe they're not charismatic enough for TV. Maybe they're not, you know, I don't know. But really, it isn't all of our responsibility, you know, only our responsibility to have accurate information out. There are resources available. There are people available. There are excellent books that are available. And so there needs to be a bit more of a partnership between the people who have the accurate information and those who are lifting up who is an expert on Islam in the general media.